ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। 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 Dilip, there is my notes also somewhere on that desk. Okay, we are in the process of finding the Bhagavatam. Oh, let's see. Reading from 10th Canto, Chapter 2, verse number 10 and 11. Is that right?
11 and 12.
11 and 12. Thank you, Prabhu. Namadeyani kurvanti.
Namadeyani kurvanti.
Namadeyani kurvanti.
Namadeyani kurvanti.
Sthanani cha narabhuvi.
Sthanani cha narabhuvi.
Sthanani cha narabhuvi.
Sthanani cha narabhuvi.
Durgeti bhadrakaleti.
Durgeti bhadrakaleti.
Durgeti bhadrakaleti.
Durgeti bhadrakaleti.
Vijaya Vaishnaviti cha.
Vijaya Vaishnaviti cha.
Vijaya Vaishnaviti cha.
Vijaya Vaishnaviti cha.
Namadeyani kurvanti
Namadeyani kurvanti
Tanani cha narabhuvi
Tanani cha narabhuvi
Durgeti Bhadrakaliti
Durgeti Bhadrakaliti
Vijaya Vaishnaviti cha
Vijaya Vaishnaviti cha.
Since it's written, we can do the other one as well. If it is right, it's okay. Kumuda Chandika Krishna
Kumuda Chandika Krishna
Madhavi Kanyaketi cha
Madhavi Kanyaketi cha
Maya Narayani Sani
Maya Narayani Shani
Saradeti Ambiketi cha
Saradeti Ambiketi cha
Kumuda Chandika Krishna
Kumuda Chandika Krishna
Madhavi Kanyaketi cha
Madhavi Kanyaketi cha
Maya Narayani Sani
Maya Narayani Shani
Saradeti Ambiketi cha
Saradeti Ambiketi cha.
Okay, anyone else?
Namadeyani kuryanti
Namadeyani kurvanti
Sanani cha narabhuvi
Sanani cha narabhuvi
Durgeti Bhadrakaliti
Durgeti Bhadrakaliti
Vijaya Vaishnaviti cha
Vijaya Vaishnaviti cha
Kumuda Chandika Krishna
Kumuda Chandika Krishna
Madhavi Kanyaketi cha
Madhavi Kanyaketi cha
Maya Narayani Shani
Maya Narayani Shani
Saradityambiketi cha
Saradeti Ambiketi cha
Namadeyani kurvanti
Namadeyani kurvanti
Stanani cha narabhuvi
Sanani cha narabhuvi
Durgeti Bhadrakaliti
Durgeti Bhadrakaliti
Vijaya Vaishnaviti cha
Vijaya Vaishnaviti cha
Kumuda Chandika Krishna
Kumuda Chandika Krishna
Madhavi Kanyaketi cha
Madhavi Kanyaketi cha
Maya Narayani Shani
Maya Narayani Shani
Sharadechambiketi cha
Saradeti Ambiketi cha.
Mataji?
Namadeyani kurvanti
Namadeyani kurvanti
Sanani cha narabhuvi
Sanani cha narabhuvi
Durgeti Bhadrakaliti
Durgeti Bhadrakaliti
Vijaya Vaishnaviti cha
Vijaya Vaishnaviti cha
Kumuda Chandika Krishna
Kumuda Chandika Krishna
Madhavi Kanyaketi cha
Madhavi Kanyaketi cha
Maya Narayani Shani
Maya Narayani Shani
Saradityambiketi cha
Saradeti Ambiketi cha.
We do word-to-word translation. Namadeyani,
Namadeyani
different
different
names.
names.
Kurvanti,
Kurvanti
will give. Sthanani,
Sthanani
in different places.
in different places.
Cha,
Cha
also.
also.
Nara,
Nara
persons interested in material enjoyment. Bhuvi,
Bhuvi
on the surface of the globe.
on the surface of the globe.
Durga iti,
Durga iti
the name Durga.
the name Durga.
Bhadrakali,
Bhadrakali
iti,
iti
the name Bhadrakali.
the name Bhadrakali.
Vijaya,
Vijaya
the name Vijaya.
the name Vijaya.
Vaishnavi,
Vaishnavi
iti,
iti
the name Vaishnavi.
the name Vaishnavi.
Cha,
Cha
also.
also.
Kumuda,
Kumuda
the name Kumuda.
the name Kumuda.
Chandika,
Chandika
the name Chandika.
the name Chandika.
Krishna,
Krishna
the name Krishna.
the name Krishna.
Madhavi,
Madhavi,
the name Madhavi.
the name Madhavi.
Kanyaka,
Kanyaka iti
the name Kanyaka.
the name Kanyaka.
Or Kanyakumari.
Or Kanyakumari.
Cha, also.
Also.
Maya,
Maya,
the name Maya.
the name Maya.
Narayani,
Narayani,
the name Narayani.
the name Narayani.
Ishani,
Ishani,
the name the name Ishani.
Ishani.
Sharada,
Sharada.
the name Sharada.
Name Sharada.
Iti,
Iti.
thus.
Thus.
Ambika,
Ambika.
the name Ambika.
The name Ambika.
Iti,
Iti.
also.
Also.
Cha,
Cha.
and.
And.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Lord Krishna blessed Maya Devi by saying, in different places on the surface of the earth, people will give you different names, such as Durga, Bhadrakali, Vijaya, Vaishnavi, Kumuda, Chandika, Krishna, Madhavi, Kanyaka, Maya, Narayani, Ishani, Sharada, and Ambika. Purport. Because Krishna and his energy appeared simultaneously, people have generally formed two groups, the Shaktas and the Vaishnavas, and sometimes there is rivalry between them. Essentially, those who are interested in material enjoyment are Shaktas, and those interested in spiritual salvation and attaining spiritual kingdom are Vaishnavas. Because people are generally interested in material enjoyment, they are interested in worshipping Maya Devi. The energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vaishnavas, however, are Shuddha Shaktas, are pure Bhaktas. Because the Hare Krishna Mahamantra indicates worship of the Supreme Lord's energy, Hara, a Vaishnava prays to the energy of the Lord for the opportunity to serve the Lord along with his spiritual energy. Thus, Vaishnavas all worship such deities as Radha, Krishna, Sitaram, Lakshmi Narayan, Rukmini, Dwarkadish, whereas Durga, Shaktas worship the material energy under a different name. The names by which Maya Devi is known in different places have been listed by Vallabhacharyas as follows. In Varanasi, she is known as Durga. In Avanti, she is known as Bhadrakali. In Orissa, she is known as Vijaya. And in Kolhapur, she is known as, who knows? Someone reading? Mahalakshmi. The representatives of Mahalakshmi and Ambika are present in Bombay, in the country known as Kamarupa. She is known as Chandika. In northern India as Sarada, and in Cape Cameroon as Kanyaka. Thus, she is distributed according to various names in various places. Srila Vijaya Dwaja Tirthapada in his Pada Ratnavali Tika has explained the meaning of the different representations. Maya is known as Durga because she is approached with great difficulty, as Bhadra because she is auspicious, and as Kali because she is deep blue. Because she is the most powerful energy, she is known as Vijaya. Because she is one of the different energies of Vishnu, she is known as Vaishnavi. And because she enjoys in this material world and gives facilities for material enjoyment, she is known as Kumuda. Because she is very severe to her enemies, the Asuras, she is known as Chandika. And because she gives all sorts of material facilities, she is called as Krishna. In this way, the material energy is differently named and situated in different places on the surface of the globe. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sapitam Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Napta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishavano Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण प्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नाम्ने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य विस्तारिणे। Can someone look for my notes? I left it, I think, at the thing covered here, please, or in this room. Just made a little note. Hare Krishna. Before I speak something, I would like to seek the blessings of the senior devotees. I could speak something for my own purification. Oh, thank you. Made some notes about Durga, Maya. It's a very common word we use in ISKCON. Maya. You don't do something, devotees say you're in Maya, Prabhu. Common word. I don't think you hear this these days so much. But you could hear senior devotees, it's not practicing when they say you're in Maya, Prabhu. Here we are at the section of Srimad Bhagavatam where Krishna and his supremacy along with the energy that is Shakti Tattva is explained. As you could see in the purport, Prabhupada is explained. In India there is Vaishnavas, there is Shaivites, there is Shaktas. So Vaishnavas are the direct worshippers of the Supreme Lord Krishna. We are, trying to directly worship the Lord. And there is Shaktas. Shaktas are more into getting their desires fulfilled or material gain, mostly wealth. As you all know, Shiva is also called as Ashutosh. He gives the material desires we have. And Shakti is more kind of she kind of fulfills our enjoying propensity. She's Yogamaya herself. There is only one Maya. There is Yogamaya. But according to what we like to do in the material world, she transformed herself to facilitate our desires. It's quite amazing. I was listening to one devotee about this subject. Actually, she is there to help us. She facilitates the minute we try to, with firm faith, try to serve Krishna. She's helping us. She's pushing us. When we get difficulties, we think it's a problem. But we could see the minute we take shelter of Krishna, we face the problem and we get over the problem. We actually it's like one hurdle crossed. This is the seva of Durga Devi, that she tries to help us to get closer to Krishna. I think it was Prabhupada giving a class in Los Angeles, somewhere in US. Prabhupada said that Maya Devi's service is to make you strong here so that when you go to the spiritual world, you don't disturb Krishna. So she has a very, like a mother, trying to correct us with love. She sometimes uses her stick also that we become too naughty. So there are, Prabhupada also gives this example. Yogamaya is like sitting in a car when we are driving. Sometimes you turn on the aircon, climatization. You get cold air. When you want in winter hot air, you can switch the same way according to what we are looking for. Maya Devi kind of facilitates. So it's quite amazing to see how there is a shloka from Chaitanya Charitamrita, how Jiva leaves the spiritual world and comes and gets entangled in the material world. Krishna Bhuliya say Jiva Anadi Bahir Mukh Ataiva Maya Tare Deya Samsara Dukh. Forgetting Krishna, Krishna Bhuli, the living entity has been attracted by the external creature from time immemorial. Anadi Bahir Mukh means we turned ourselves away from Krishna. Therefore the illusionary energy, Maya, gives all kinds of misery in his material existence. So the miseries are part of the deal we did, that we left the spiritual world. We wanted to be independent from Krishna. The minute we turn away, the material energy is waiting to kind of punish us, so that we awake and we are kind of go back to the real position we come from. The solution is in one of Jeev Jago's line. I was reading this line. It says, "Enechi aushadhi maya nashi bara lagi, harinama mahamantra lao tumi magi." I have brought the medicine. This is Lord Chaitanya speaking. I have brought the medicine that will wipe out the disease of illusion from which you are suffering. Take this Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So this is the medicine coming through Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya is personally brought the medicine that we come under the illusion of Yogamaya. Yogamaya is also prominent in Vrindavan, as we know, that Vrajavasis are put under an illusion that they don't realize Krishna is the Supreme Lord. They kind of miss out on the Aishwarya feature of the Lord. Means they have done all the hard work or all the purification that we are doing now to be with Krishna. But once you reach there, but we worship Krishna with Aishwarya Bhava ourselves here in the material world. But when we go there, Krishna gives this, Yogamaya gives this opportunity for us to serve Krishna, but according to our relationship with Krishna. Some are friends, as you know, some are parents, some are lovers, some are cows. So we are serving Krishna, but we're totally forgetting Krishna is the boss there. Krishna is not considered as the Supreme Lord, rather there is relationships which are predominant. This is the Gaudiya Vaishnava's like treasure, because even other sampradayas speak about it. If you talk about Sri Sampradaya, they only go up to how many rasas? Sri Sampradaya? There is 5 rasas, right? Like Shantaras, Tasyaras. Sri Sampradaya, Vaikuntha. Okay, we talk about Vaikuntha aspect. How many? I'll make it interactive. Or else I don't know where we all are. Sorry, Prabhu. It's said in Vaikuntha the mellow is 2.5. 2.5 dasyaras. There is a bit Avan reverence is predominant. They're all worshipping. Om Namo Narayana, going down. But in Goloka, all the 5 rasas are fully manifest. This is our good fortune again, that we will be with Krishna, forgetting that He is the Supreme Lord. I'll make some notes also. So coming back about Durga, we know the pastime how Sati, Lord Shiva's wife, is the daughter of who?
Daksha.
Not Yaksha, Daksha. Daksha. So Shiva gets married to Sati, but Daksha was not very happy because he did not have any material opulence, Lord Shiva himself. But for his marriage there was a lot of wealth being organized. He gives everything to Brahmanas after the marriage was finished. They were living very simple, Sati and Shiva. There was a ceremony in the house of Daksha and Sati wanted to go. She was not invited. Neither Lord Shiva was invited, but she decides to go. She goes, but Lord Shiva says, take some of my followers just to protect you. She goes there and Shiva was being disrespected. So there's a whole story back and forth. She decides to enter the fire. She emanates the fire from her body and she burns herself down, and Shiva comes. As you know, Daksha Yagya becomes battlefield, you know. So now Vishnu appears, and Vishnu, what he does with his Sudarshan Chakra, cuts this dead body of Sati and then brings, by touching this part of the Sudarshan Chakras, the cutting part, and even Shiva, he was in trance. I think we all know that when he becomes completely in trance, it's like more like he goes into this. There is a dance, I forgot the name of the dance. Tandav dance, yes, thank you. So he was in completely rage, you know, this is like pralaya, it's going to lead to destruction. So Vishnu had to come and pacify him. Now they have to bring back somehow Sati back to life. So this pieces cut by Sudarshan Chakra, there were few which fell on earth. Anyone knows what this has become when it fell on planet Earth? It fell on the subcontinent of India. They are called as Shakti Pitas, the prominent places of worship of Durga. There are 58 of them. Some say 52, some say 58. They are all over India. Quite. There are quite 4 very prominent ones. That is Bimala Devi. They are called Tarini, Kamakshi in Assam, Dakshin Kalika. So this is how we have these places around India and I think Sri Lanka, Nepal. So these places you get to see that this famous worship of Kali, Durga Devi, is still prominent. Something else I would like to talk about is there are different stages when the jiva realizes that how we can understand God. There are different stages of understanding the absolute truth through Maya process. The first one is Annamaya. Annamaya means, as we all know, the process of even our own Krishna consciousness starts with prasad. You know, we go to the temple, we're thinking I'll get a free meal. You know, we can. That's actually Prabhupada knew that, you know, how to attract us through Annamaya. That's why he started love feast, prasadam distribution. After Annamaya there is Pranamaya. This is like in the body there are different air, how we can use them to circulate, you know, control the senses using the Pranamaya. There is, next one is Vijnanamaya. Vijnanamaya means like we get realized knowledge. We serve the devotees who have the realization. We try to advance through serving and gaining realized knowledge by practicing, by implementing this knowledge into our lives. And then there is Anandamaya. Then we talk about how we can actually like achieve happiness, which is not Annamaya. As you know, Annamaya, when we eat, we are happy, we are satisfied. But after 10 minutes, it goes away. But Anandamaya is like more kind of the bliss which is attained and which retains, which we take time, we invest our time into practice of bhakti, of Krishna consciousness, and that's when we are like kind of achieving this happiness which is not chapala sukha, which is not flickering, which is not today I'm happy, tomorrow I'm morose. No. So we kind of gradually elevate to ourselves to this kind of happiness which is more like the spiritual world. Even we can experience that here. If you see the Uttamadhikaris, Srila Prabhupada, I think he was in Australia. Prabhupada asked, a reporter asked Prabhupada, how do you like it here? Prabhupada said, I like it here, it's okay. Which is your favorite place? Prabhupada said, I like every place. How it kind of, for us we are like kind of influenced, I like this country, I like this food, or I like this place. But Uttama Bhaktas, the pure devotees, they are everywhere, they are connected to Krishna within their, like they reach the platform of Anandamaya. So for them, the happiness is not subjected to the outside things, but rather they are connected to Krishna within their heart. So Prabhupada was one time in a car. Prabhupada saw this sign. Kesha Maharaj said that, I heard it from him. There was a construction of reparation of a road. Temporary construction, something like renovation and permanent happiness, something like that. But Prabhupada turned around and said, permanent problems, temporary happiness. So Prabhupada knew this material world is designed to, straighten us by giving us a lot of challenges. So yeah, no point of seeking happiness in this place. Maya is going to baffle us all our plans. It's life after life we've been trying to, get some kind of happiness. This is chewing the chewed. Punah punah charvita charvananam. We've been doing it for lifetimes, maybe, I didn't try it properly, maybe I should try it in a different way. No. And whatever you try, however we try, we're going to be baffled. Daiviyesha gunamayi, we all know this sloka. Gunamayi duratyaya, mam evaya prapadyante, mayam etam charandide. Until unless we surrender to Krishna, there is no hope for us. The only hope we have is Krishna and Krishna's seva. There is a lot of, we are all very fortunate in one sense because I come from Indian background. There is so much debate, like Shiva is the supreme. We had some Indian friends come over the other day. One person was arguing, Vishnu is the supreme, Krishna is not the supreme. I'm like, fine, I kind of like try to explain what a little bit I know, difference between Shiva and Krishna, how Krishna is predominant with the rasas and he's sweet, and he was also like trying to counter with some kind of philosophies. But the point I made was, so what do you do for Vishnu every day? Do you practice anything? Do you chant Vishnu's name every day? Do you, do kirtan for Vishnu every day? No, I don't do that. So it's like this, if we know something, if we don't implement it, if we don't practice it, it's going to be difficult for us to realize God. So we have to. That's why Prabhupada has given us this is called ISKCON sandwich. We come, chant, hear about Krishna in the morning. During the day we do little seva, and come back for evening arati. It's ISKCON sandwich. Morning, evening we get full harikatha, and afternoon we get to do some seva. That's the day the Prabhupada designed everything for us, that we can be peaceful here now, and then we can go back to Krishna. We are not talking about happiness which we are going to achieve after we leave the body. But even that happiness and bliss can be experienced here if we are connected with devotees and Krishna. Okay, any questions? Comments? Yes.
Thank you for a wonderful class. When you started, you said that Durga Devi is kind of enabler. I mean, she helps us when we turn to Krishna. So what is it that helps us? It's our anarthas.
Yeah, our own desire, our own practice.
What was the question?
The question is, what is that Maya is helping us to come closer to Krishna, but what is that stops us from serving Krishna? There is two things. One is we become proud, one is we become lazy. Why we don't serve Krishna? There are so many factors that for making something happen you need a lot, but for not doing something, we can sleep all day, we eat outside, we listen to gossip. Prithu Prabhu is leaving us today, so we wish him a happy journey. Come back soon. Coming back next month?
Maybe next year.
October, you mean?
Afterwards?
October, I said.
Now, Ireland, Sweden, Poland, Czech Republic, in Germany, then Paris. I fly from Paris.
Okay.
But I won't come here, it's too difficult.
Please come here after Paris. Thank you so much for your association, Prabhu. Forgive us for any shortcomings and mistakes we did. Okay, I hope I answered your question, Prabhu. Anything? Yes,
One comment. It's interesting to see that Kasha could not see Krishna appear. When he saw Krishna, it was at time of death. Some 12 years after his appearance or something like that. So what he saw in between is Yoganaya. He tried to kill him. He wasn't successful. So demons have, even if they have some concept or something divine, they try to kill, to destroy. But they have the illusion that they made it, but it escapes from their hand.
Yeah.
They don't control.
Yeah.
The devas and Krishna, they are all out of their control. And in their illusion, they think they will make some arrangement to kill them or to counteract their influence. And they do a lot of things, they gather a lot of people for helping in this purpose, but like those yogis with their supernatural powers, they try to kill Krishna, but they all make that.
Yes. Yes.
So demons are invariably in the same mentality, trying to oppose the divine agent of Krishna or to kill Krishna. But they will be baffled in a way or another.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for that very nice point. Anything else before we?
Shakta worship is more prominent in India.
Yes, Prabhupada said there is West Bengal, East Bengal. West Bengal is mostly Shaktas. Shaktas. In South India, yes, very big. Huh? Yeah, in Tamil Nadu, Durga worship is very big. There are many temples. And even when I was a kid, I went to my grandmother's village. You know, Shakta worshippers, they get confused. They think killing goats in bulk number is what pleases, but Prabhupada writes in the purport that Durga doesn't accept it actually. She only accepts the Krishna's prasad. We went to this village, I don't know how many goats they beheaded, you know. That was quite something. Yeah, it's quite prominent. Shiva, Shakti, Vaishnavism is like equally distributed in India. I would say even Shaktas and Shaivites are even more than Vaishnavism. Because as you know, Vaishnavism means you have to come to mode of goodness. Not many can take it up. Still have desires, still want to enjoy opulence, meat eating. I went to one festival in South India again, Lord Narsinghdev's temple. I was surprised they were offering animals and they were offering alcohol to Lord Narsinghdeva. It's so much confusion in India. All sorts of things, you know. They said this is prasad. This is not prasad. Offering alcohol to Vishnu Tattva is like, no, not normal. Yeah, India you get to see all sorts of things. And Durga Puja, I know in Bengal goes for 7 days. It's so big, so big. You go to Bengal, you're thinking, you know, first time I went to Kolkata, I was thinking, you're going to see everywhere Lord Chaitanya and everywhere Prabhupada. No, everywhere you get to see Durga. Shiva is also a little less in Bengal, but Durga is more. Kali. Okay, anything else?
Thank you. Do you think it's the reason it's easier to for the Shaktas and Shiva devotees, it's like easier to have this divine connection through those ways, and like the Vaishnava way is too hard or something?
You see, we all have to become Vaishnavas. We all are Vaishnavas, right? Mamai Vamsho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. But why there is so much of division is, the reason is it's our own desire, lack of surrender. We still have material desire, so Krishna facilitates. That's why Shiva is the head of, from mode of ignorance, he is in charge. He is not in mode of ignorance, rather he is in charge. Because the reason is, his service is Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu. His service is to bring all these special cases to Krishna. If you tell them, if someone is eating meat, if you go tell them, why don't you worship Vishnu? You're worshipping Shiva, you're a fool, They will not accept it, they will not get it. But rather what we do is, we gradually cultivate it. As I said, Shiva is cultivating them to come to Vishnu. So it's the same with us, that's why we go out, we distribute prasad, we distribute books, connect them to Krishna somehow, reawaken the love they have for Krishna in their heart. But the desires, offenses takes over. But most of them are not offensive to Vaishnavas, so it's sense gratification. Thank you.
I noticed Prabhupada in Prabhupada said sometimes the Shaktas are fighting with the Vaishnavas. Sometimes, but it looks like it's parallel.
Yeah. There is very famous king in South India. He was during the time of Ramanujacharya. What he did was, he is the only one, I forgot his name, I can get his name back. He went in a rage of killing Vaishnavas. Even he challenged Ramanujacharya saying that if you don't accept Shiva as the supreme, I'm going to kill you. So they sent gods to find him. So Ramanujacharya had to hide actually. But his disciple Kuresh and one more, his sannyas guru, I forgot the sannyas guru's name. Not Yamunacharya. Yamunacharya was his guru, but his sannyas guru was. Sorry, I'm not getting the name. So his sannyas guru and his they faced the debate. They said, okay, let's debate about it. If you say Shiva is the supreme, we say Krishna is, Vishnu is the supreme. They defeated him in the debate. The guy who came on behalf of the king. So their only choice left was, and this devotee who was the sannyas guru of Ramanujacharya, he puts the clothes of Ramanujacharya. He says, I am Ramanuja. So, because they wanted to protect Ramanuja. So the debate was over, they won. So the punishment, they took them to the king. That the king's punishment was, take the eyes of this sannyas guru of Ramanuja. And they beat Quraysh up badly, Quraysh was like very famous rich man becomes Ramanuja's disciple, one of the prominent disciples of Ramanujacharya. On the way back, they were walking back to to Sri Rangam. This sannyas guru leaves his body. But later the story goes, the minister was the one who provoked the king to kill Ramanuja, to proclaim Shiva is the supreme. You have to accept it. It was forced. This is the only kind of prominent incidents where Shaivais and Vaishnavas kind of like disagree. Apart from that, there is no major debates. Of course, like as you could see, like Hindu-Muslim fights, they are there, but it's not based on Shastra, or it's just like, getting physical assaults. It's not like the real thing. But that kind of thing is there, but in reality, I think I said this before, I was going to school, my schoolmates were coming with different tilaks, so the Chandni must be the same, they come with lines on top, mudras here, mudras there, straight lines like this, it's like, they're all like Shrutidaras, these kids, parents never did a sin in their life. One is following Ramanujacharya, one is following Adi Shankaracharya, one is following Madhvacharya, They're all talking, in the class, they're all talking about what their parents don't do at home, they don't eat, hing on a certain day, they go into all the nitty-gritties, they forget our goal of life is to serve God. But they're super intelligent, they're Shrutidaras. By you give them a book, mathematics or physics, or for them, to me, to get 50 marks was difficult. For them, they're just on spot of 100, By evening, the guys used to come memorizing the full 3-4 pages of, Sanskrit or anything. You give slokas, Unfortunate, they're all working for Microsoft, this and that. They don't want to become God conscious. They all agree that what you're doing is that. I talk to them sometimes, my friend. They all agree what you're doing, worshipping Krishna, this is absolute. But for now, I'll just stay in my grihastha life. I just keep working for a multinational company, NASA or Google. For now, I will take it up when I become 60.
Is it too far to say that maybe, like in the West, parallel with people like eco-friendly people, they like energies, and we don't fight. They don't fight with us and stuff like that. But God has something for later. Or can we say there are more Shaktas?
See, the people in the West who are into nature and things, they don't know the goal actually. They're thinking this is the goal. We reached it, and as you know, after material energy again baffles them and they have to go back again. But in India, most of them know. They know that all the Pitadipatis and all the philosophy, they know everything. They know about Ramanuja, they know about Madhva, they know Shankara. They know that goal is we have to go back to God in this life. But why I have to give up on the happiness which is available now? I can go to a movie, eat a burger, we want instant happiness. Okay, anything else? Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Jai.
Jai.